Yo, what's
Woo-wee.
up? What's up? We are here. We are streaming live into YouTube, and this is Everyone Needs an Aquarius meets Whiskey Sour meets Married at First Sight.
Most unlikely reviewer ever, me, for
Right.
this
And this is
show.
hilarious because I got Darryl here. We have an amazing podcast together. And I was like, yo, like I wanna do a review of Married at First Sight. But I convinced Darryl, y'all, to watch this show. I'm just proud that my friend showed up for me and actually watched Married at First Sight. So we've been texting and we're gonna break down episode 1 and 2
I
because
feel like a chatty patty the way we was talking. Like, girl, did you?
right, it's hey, we're here and it's better late than never. And if you are not watching Married at First Sight, Married at First Sight is the a show that falls on the radar. It's a show that everybody should really be watching because of all the things that and the analytics, we're gonna air quote that, the science that is supposed to go into this series where we have experts matching people with strangers and they get married at the altar. And so based on all this work, these things that they have put in place, these couples are technically and actually supposed to work. So I'm super excited to be here. This is my very first time breaking down Married at First Sight. And I just started watching so many years ago during the lockdown and catching up. And like, oh my God, I can't believe I wasn't watching
I've
this
only
show.
watched like it was like three different times. I've watched the very first season,
Okay.
and that's the one with the black dude with the bald head, I think,
Yes.
and with the brown skin girl.
Yes.
And they was just they had a lot of sex and a lot of problems. That's all I think. Like I think they kicked it off before they was straight to it.
Yeah, sure.
That was
I
in New
mean,
York. That one was in New York, I think.
that one was in New York. That had Pastor Cow. It also had Dr. Pepper, and it had like another expert.
And
And
then the other one was
apparently,
that good black couple that I think they still together. The one that like I think one of them went to their dad went to the same HBCU that he went to or something like that. It was a dark skinned couple.
oh, I don't know what
I think it
season.
was in Philly. Whatever one was in
Okay,
Philly.
I have to
But
go
I think they're
back.
still together. I think they got like two kids and everything. It's like maybe 5, 6 years ago.
Okay, I've been hopping around based on drama. So
Yeah, this season they had no drama though. This was
I
actually a good
started.
couple.
Well, I started with
The
Atlanta,
subway owner.
where it. What'd you say?
The subway owner.
Oh
You
my
started
God. Yeah, no, I started with Atlanta.
okay.
The Atlanta where
That's the
it
one with
was.
the subway owner dude, right? The dude that was told the girl she was ugly and she wasn't his type.
Yeah, so that was the season that I picked up, and then I kind of went back
Went
from
back.
there and jumped. So then I've been watching consistently since that season. You know, my qualms with the experts and the people, because it's just more than the experts, it's a whole process. My friend actually sent me the application to apply for San Diego. Yeah, so I've seen the
Nigga,
extensive.
if you do this shit, I'm showing up. I'm showing up. And look, I would be laying on y'all couch. You'd be like, what is it? Yeah, it's part of the deal. You know, like you
Like,
didn't
yo,
know about that.
so my brother is always here and he won't leave. So
Hey, no, you walking y'all. Oh, this nice. They didn't set y'all up.
yeah. I will say one thing that the expert that they finally got right is having them get apartments that's neutral ground, like neutral
Yes. So
territory
before they
instead of.
had them, the New York one, I think she moved in with old boy. Like,
Yeah,
and
so
they
you
were
would go to somebody else's. So I'm glad they done that, where it's like a space where everybody can kind of be acclimated and comfortable. So that is one thing they have right. But I believe that. I mean, I understand that they are going for drama. They're going for ratings. Like things have gotten better over the time. We see the ads, we see the sets change, all this stuff. But my main issue with the experts in general is that I don't think they go to visit the couples enough. I think that through this short process, and you are telling me based on science and mathematics that I should be with this person, I need to see y'all more than
every day.
twice, like throughout the season. And then it's like check in after the honeymoon, and then it's like another check in that they have like in the middle of the season, and then I gotta choose. Like we understand, like we're creatures of habits, like we're human beings. That's what we do. And so it's like I feel like we should see them more to be able to coach and guide them. I think that's one of the biggest faults of the series. But I wanna get into the mess because it is mess. I want to start here, and this is going to be fun for us because we have our show from the Aquarius perspective.
Shout out to
So
all the Brits who invaded our podcast this past week.
listen, that's a whole nother. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share the podcast. Everyone needs an Aquarius. I'll also put a link in the description, and then I will also lead you to my podcast, Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversations, where I have open, honest
Oh,
discussions.
them Brits was coming at us in the top. And it was overnight, so I knew it was Brits because I woke up to it and I was like, it's all these British people.
I mentioned something about Meghan Markle, and you know how they are about her. So let's get into this mess. All right.
Let's go.
This first couple, as you can see, we
Hey,
have
she wow.
two Libras. We got
Mhm.
Chris and Nicole.
Nicole wild for the night.
I agree. I'm a little nervous for Chris. I'm gonna be quite honest.
I'm
I
nervous for
think
every man on here, actually, to be honest with you.
I will say this. We will get to one of the couples that I think might be the only couple that will likely
Is that with my boy Clint?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think they will be
I'm
the
thinking.
ones. Yes, I think they will be the ones that make it to
Mhm.
decision day and won't divorce. I'm not so sure about everybody else, but let's get into freaking Chris and Nicole. We have Chris here, who is kind of like he is outgoing, but he's kind of chill. And you have Nicole. Nicole is from
Is
New
she from New
York.
York? Yeah, she's from
Yeah,
New
she's
York.
from New York. She moved to Nashville, I believe, for work, and she
Mhm.
seems the fun, outgoing girl. And we kind of know stereotypically how New York women tend to be.
And she's a stereotypical New York woman.
And she is very loud, boisterous, aggressive a little bit.
Mhm.
And I will say, I have my notes.
And as I have in here, over information, like
Yes,
TMI, too much TMI
to
stuff.
diarrhea mouth. So she's like, I want to know this about him. I want to know that. And they kind of like how they edited that scene. It's like, girl, did you take a deep breath? Did you breathe? And I'm concerned already because at the reception, she's like, I mean, I'm talking to my husband, like just already going up. Super spicy. Chris seems to be a little more reserved, at least from the beginning, like what we're seeing right
Mhm.
now. Um, I will say I hated his choice in suit for his
Hold on,
why? What if
I,
you are not in the
I didn't
temptation,
look in the back.
sir?
Well, I mean,
Look at this. And then it got the piping on the side. I don't like the I get it. Also, hated her eyebrows. I felt like the makeup artist should not have matched her. Like, as a person that specialized in brow expertise when I worked for Benefit, this is too dark. So anyway, I will say this. So that makes me super, super concerned. Is just she's very high strung, and I think she's going to
super high
overwhelm
strung.
him.
I'm looking up more stuff on my other computer. Yeah, she's super high strung.
Yeah, and so that's what makes me very nervous about this partnership. And also, listen, when you have two Libras dating, are they both September? Are they both October? Or is it October, September? What's happening? Because this is also coming from the viewpoint of a person based on the stars and signs. I am supposed to ultimately be with a Libra. But compatibility wise, my issue is and
I
what
wonder, is it September? I wonder who's September. Are both of them October Libras, September Libras? Like that's a big difference too.
It's a big difference. Just like January,
Hmm.
February. We're both Aquariuses. We're
Yep.
luckily both February
Yeah.
Aquarius.
Yep. Yep.
And we like we get the vibes. But what happens a lot of times with Libras, no matter where they fall, they do this thing where they're in their head often. And if something has happened or is about to happen, they will make a decision for their person without consulting them. And so they switch up a little bit. So um a lot of things what will happen here too, because she's so outgoing and he's like more docile. Should we say that for like should
No,
we
I just say
say
just laid back. I just think laid back. Docile meant
yes,
that she's gonna run over me. You talking crazy?
right,
I don't think he gonna let her run up on her and stuff. Like he ain't.
right, okay,
Yeah.
cool. But I believe that another thing that they have that sometimes is like this weird internal battle with themselves, and it's like how do I want to show up to for the world, and then there's like their true version. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen throughout the season with this couple. They might be one of probably outside of one of the couples we're about to get into, one of the probably most interesting ones to see the highs and the lows in that space.
And they actually could work out too potentially, man, because he can maybe balance out that her neurotic nature. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And they balance it out maybe.
hopefully, well, we shall see. But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to go here.
Whew.
We have Kristen and
I didn't know she was an Aquarius.
baby. And
It
now,
makes all the sense now.
when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, I feel seen. This makes sense.
Oh, I know everything now that's going on. All my answers. I was putting a check mark and things I thought. Everything I thought, I'm putting a check, not an X, against everything I have on here about her. Everything I thought is actually exactly true. Yep.
So, interestingly enough, technically, we have air and fire, right?
You already know this is crazy.
It can be crazy, but think about it from this perspective. I will say this: in order for fire to thrive,
You need
they
air.
need air. So keep that in mind. So I could see how they got paired together based on that. Um, but we know, that Kristen is a perfectionist. She's very particular. It's kind of like my way or the highway, like kind of I got this shit figured out. And so you need to fall in line with
Mm-hmm.
what I'm telling you because I know we're kind of like that as people.
I know. And she attractive too, so it makes it
She
even
is
worse.
very attractive.
Which
She's
makes it
very
worse.
attractive.
And then she got pretty girl complex on top of it. My co-host included.
What is hold okay, so since we here, what the hell does that mean?
Y'all, we already think we know everything, and you attractive too. Shit,
It's like
that's even worse.
or kind of like a double-edged sword because we gonna go
No, it's
into
like getting stabbed twice.
yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
even
get
gonna
like
hold
it'd be
you.
like Shamar. We talk about Shamar Moore. It'd be like Shamar Moore if he was an Aquarius. He already a real attractive dude, and you gonna make him think he know everything, and he's smart. Oh,
It's
it's the
because
worst.
we're so out of this world and so far advanced when it comes to the way that we think. And so it kind of it's this like mystique about it. It's like this thing that keeps us kind of mysterious and it like lures people in because
Because you know what, we do some pimp shit on the low. You know that,
we
right? So
do.
because like if you're with us, we're like with you. Like we are like we like all. But like
We're
if I'm not
all in.
there, I'm not there. Like
I'm not
I'm not. I
there.
may not talk to you for 4 5 days, but it's all good when I'm with you. Like you get everything.
You getting it
But when I'm
all. And it's
away,
not
I'm away.
and what we're telling you guys, we're not love bombers. Like Aquarius is
No, no, no,
don't
no,
do
no. It's
that.
just that when I'm with, even if I'm with my friends, like
Yeah.
I'm giving you 100. We kicking it. We
Yeah.
talking. We doing our. But I'm when I'm away, I'm away. I'm in my own thing.
And it also is for us is we have to recharge because we do give so much
Hmm.
to other people. So Aquarius is retreat often to recharge and decompress. What's interesting about Kristen is I know you and I've talked about this is It was two key things that stuck out to me outside of her already saying that she was very picky, kind of, about her partner. The bald thing.
Mm.
So this comes up the season before last with Mirla. I encourage you to go watch
I
Houston.
need to watch that one. Is there like a little? Is there? I need to find on YouTube that somebody's got like a little fat, like the hottest moments, so I could just do like a 40-minute thing for the whole season, like and just get the hottest moments.
I'm pretty sure it exists out
Yeah.
there. So Mirla is like, maybe she reminds you of a girl that might be from Miami. Very particular. And they paired her with this guy named Gil, who was a firefighter. And Gil was like from like Colombian or something. I can't remember if he was Colombian, but I know he was from somewhere in South America. But he, looks like us. Like, they
I'm trying to look it up
Latinos,
now.
like they come,
Look at them.
And so Gil has a bald head. So this is the first thing that Mirla is like tripping off of, this bald head, because the experts have paired her with somebody that aesthetically she would not date. But, so here we are again. And so I spoke about this on another podcast, more to the story, that I think it drops. It's either, we did 2 episodes, so it either drops this week or next week, where I'm explaining, hey, if a person pretty much has all the characteristics that you want, and it's a bald head that, like they have, are you really passing them by because of that? So just think about that for a moment. Other red flag is that she mentioned that in Nashville, she has had a hard time finding a black man that she is attracted to. Why would y'all pair her with the black man with a bald head? Like, y'all couldn't find her a Vincent that was like in like the Atlanta season or something else, like, kind of ambiguous. We talked about this. I feel like she would date guys, like we said, look like our friend Adrian, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
She
that's
wanted
gonna
Jesse
be,
Williams. She wanted Jesse Williams.
yes. So other issue is, immediately when she hits that corner to walk down the aisle, she you can feel the energy shift. She feels defeated. And when she gets down to the end of the aisle, everybody else, when you throughout this series, you have seen people, yes, they're nervous, but you see people immediately introduce themselves to their person. A joke might get cracked, but she says nothing to him at all. And it's this awkward
I'm trying to look up her birthday right now.
it's this awkward
'Cause I have a feeling
silence.
she's a January. I feel like she's a January Aquarius.
She probably could be, because they're a little more interesting than, like, and I don't mean interesting, but they're like a little colder than us.
That's what
And
I was saying. That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah, they're definitely
we
colder
would
than
play it.
us.
We would play it off a little bit better than she did, even in that moment. Just we may
Yeah,
not be feeling it, but I was like, I'm gonna play it off, get through this
right.
moment, and then maybe I do what I said I gotta say or do whatever I'll do after this. But I'm
Exactly.
not gonna make nobody look. I don't want nobody making nobody look stupid. Is my whole thing.
Right.
Especially
Exactly.
something like this where like this, people gonna be clowning them in memes. I'm coming around the corner and I see her and, be like, and my face go, that's a meme right there. And now this girl gonna see this meme the rest of her life. Anytime you see a girl you really don't like, here's Daryl's face.
Right. And so I'm so the pastor has to introduce them, like, this is so and so, and then and then this is Kristen, and he's kind of like giggling a little bit, and she's like, what's funny? And then nice guy says, you were just so beautiful, like God knew what he was doing, like took his time on you. And she blushes or whatever, everybody's kind of cheering. So he's like super excited that they have paired him with this like beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have our qualm, like our things that we've talked about offline
Mm-hmm.
regarding Shaquille. And I part of me feels like
She gonna fuck
He,
this up. She gonna fuck this up.
yeah, I feel like he's the
Let's just
reason.
keep it real. She's gonna fuck this up.
She is. She's like it's and I'm a person as an Aquarius. My sister.
Because I know when I'm gonna fuck it up, I would fuck it up. I'm just telling you at the time. I've
Yeah,
done
and see, my sister is an Aries, and so we have moments where we butt heads like often, and I'm not really like that. The compatibility number, like with Aries and Aquarius, is tend to kind of fall like in the 70s a little bit, like higher 70s.
it. Really?
Uh
Okay.
huh. And so, but I really believe that she is going to mess this up. Because she's not going to be open minded enough to receive him just solely based
Yeah.
on physicality.
And
That's why.
and I think that she wants to do with some swag. Like he does. I'm not saying he doesn't because he dresses well, and stuff like. But it's
Well,
something
it took
about.
him like a long time to find the suit, if you remember the scene.
But I'm saying no. I'm saying, but it's something about like the way somebody carries themselves, like, and they don't necessarily have to dress well. It's like he doesn't roll with high confidence. It feels like
Yeah,
at least for her taste, I feel like.
because for us, like we need men, and you need a woman that we are going to like. I know this sounds interesting because there's always a conversation about women being submissive or whatever, but men have to know how to lead women in order to receive certain things for a
I
woman to
agree.
kind of feel like she can fall back into her femininity or whatever and not be so independent. And I've had this issue, early on dating like younger men out here, like are closer to my age bracket. Y'all know I like to date up, but I remember a guy told me that I didn't need him. I've been told that several times. And I was like, what you mean? It's like, you don't need me to like do nothing for you. I'm like, I mean, do you want to pay my rent? Like, but they don't, that's not how I was raised. Because until somebody shows me that I can really like kind of fall back, okay, I'm gonna let you take the reins on this.
Mhm.
I have to take care of myself. I have to look out for myself. So that's what I'm seeing happen with Kristen. So it's gonna be a second for her. I don't believe that they will make it to decision day, and if they do, they will likely break up shortly after that.
And she's gonna friend zone him.
She already friends on him when she didn't even introduce herself to him at the altar. Huge red flag.
She ain't feeling him, man.
Not at
But
all.
but she can't. But I know I watched the thing with Keisha and I pulling the like after thing.
Uh huh.
I only watched the first one. After the first one, she seemed like she was kind of into. She's like, oh yeah, that's my such and such because they were like doing some recaps of him, and everybody was. She was like, oh yeah, like. But I felt like she like likes him as a person, but I don't know if she likes him romantically.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this because this is going to be a topic on my podcast. If she friend zones him
Mm-hmm.
and win, he should not really fight to get out of the friend zone because
Yeah, just let it happen. Just let that happen.
yeah, I might, because ultimately at the end he will fuck it up. I have a
Well,
whole
he'll fuck it up, but on the second side, even if he's with her, she'll always feel like she could get better,
Yep,
and he'll be fighting that the whole relationship.
yep, the entire time.
Like she'll always in the back of her head be like, "He's nice and stuff, but damn, I want Jesse Williams."
Yeah.
That's
And I
who I
think
want.
I think and also I feel like if you are having a hard time and ultimately you want to date a certain type, like Nashville isn't going to have those people per se.
That was
They're
the
coming,
interesting thing to me is like how she's saying that and she in Nashville. That ain't like a super diverse area.
and I really just, she's going to need to go to Chicago. Like if she wants to stay Midwest kind of down, like go to Chicago. She might get it in St. Louis. St. Louis is, we have some of them running through there, but she's gonna have to venture out further and expand her mind. And I'm not sure that she is open to doing that. Um, so we're going to move on. Like we definitely believe that it's a no for them.
Yeah, yes, definitely. Definitely.
Dominique and McKinley. First of all, as a Dominique, my name is Dominique. For the people watching, I have my Cash App.
I don't understand this one at all.
I don't understand this
Like
at all.
zero. This she seemed like her family's hood. I'm trying to figure out how this even.
I mean, look how they spell her name. Our
That's
name
what I'm
is French.
saying. I
Our
ain't never
name
seen
is
Dominique smell
French.
like this.
How?
I've never seen Dominique smell like this. That's how you
I,
know that she where she from.
right. Okay, so
I
Leo,
didn't know this was possible. That I'm
Leo
looking.
and Gemini. I will say this: I have a Leo rising and a Leo moon. My best friend is a Gemini. This sign wise,
It's supposed to
this
work,
could potentially work. So if we're going off of the signs, this could potentially be a match.
but it ain't.
Here's the issue. Dominique is 25 years old. McKinley is like 32 or 33.
And she's still city girl hot.
She is hot. So
She getting when she
Dominique's
got a
mom,
stripper number at the doggone bachelorette party thing.
also her mother signed her up for this experiment.
Oh, I didn't know realize
It
that.
wasn't like she went to apply. Her mother signed her up. And so this is how we get
She don't seem
here.
like it's weird. Like, how did she end up with a white guy and this white guy?
Well, we're going to assume that Dominique's dad is white.
You think so?
Absolutely. Look at her.
Yeah,
Dominique's daddy is her mama look
yeah,
like me.
yeah. But her her sister's like her looks like her a little bit too, like that
Yes.
kind of complexion like that.
The dad is absent. Depending on if her mom's age, she's 25. So, wow, she was born, what is that, 90, 98,
Yeah.
98, 99.
Mhm.
So, I mean, this time it's not taboo. It's not like it's like still 80s when we were coming up, when we know if this were to happen, biracial
Yeah.
relationships, it's normal now.
I'm
So,
trying to
who
look her up.
knows what's happening, but her father is not very present. So she's super close to her mom. She talks to her mom every day. They speak multiple times a day. That's also going to be an issue because her mom also has precedence over her life. So when the hierarchy changes on the totem pole, her mom is supposed to drop down to number two in this moment. And she's not going to fall back properly. I really believe
Oh, you think her mom's gonna be up in the business?
I think her mom is going to be too heavily involved. And I have seen this happen time and time, like quite often in certain, like friends whose moms are like uh, helicopter moms.
Helicopter moms. Yeah.
We're adults, and it never works out. It never works out because nobody you're not willing to let your caterpillar become a butterfly and really blossom into her full self because you're gonna always be there to hinder her. And poor McKinley
Oh, I
was
feel so
dating a young woman, and they talked about rings and all this stuff. He wanted to marry her. They were together, and she sends him a photo of a ring and tells this boy that she is now engaged. So he is heartbroken. His parents have been
oh
together,
shit, her mama only 47.
both of them hot girls. So
I said her mom ain't that much older than me.
yeah, yeah. So McKinley, you know, family, his parents have been together for about like 40 years. He, I believe his siblings are married. He really wants a family. He seems super, super genuine. And Dominique, unfortunately, the spiciness of her being a Leo is going to be a problem because she's just young. I think about when I was her age at 25. I moved to LA at 22. My 25th birthday party, we got a party bus and we went to Dre's. It was Grammy weekend, and I had this huge party at Dre's. I also snuck out of my party to go to the black party down the street, where it's like another
What?
big Grammy. Yeah, I mean, it was like very urban. I'll say that because my group of friends were mixed, so I was like, I went somewhere safe where I knew everybody could have a
Yeah,
good
her
time.
daddy's white, I think. Just while I was researching, her daddy's white.
Yeah, of course. You can look at her and tell. This
Yeah.
is Meghan
I mean,
Markle
the
part
last name
22.
Kloss too, though. Kloss is a yeah.
Yeah. So, so I feel like he is very, like we know he is ready for this experiment, like this experience to
Mm-hmm.
meet his wife. And I think that Dominique is too young for him to be getting married. I feel like people I understand people that get married in their 20s, their late 20s. I feel like in our 20s we are still experiencing so much life, and like I said, I'm in a new city. I turned 25, and I mean, baby, it was 25 here and your girl like really really blossomed. I'm meeting, people
Yeah,
that I've never would have ever even thought like, so it's so much. And I'm at that age now. I guess I'm 35. This is 10 years ago. But I've always been confident, but I really love myself and the person that I have become on this journey. And I'm so grateful for those experiences that I had. I
yeah.
just think and now we are aware that there are some people that have a more relaxed personality. They want to get married like those, and they do it young, and it works out for them. But Dominique seems to be mirrors my personality a little bit. Again,
But at 25.
but at 25, you a hot girl, like, and that's okay. But I think this is going to be a problem because her friends were already saying, "Are we not going to be able to go out, or are we not going to kick it?" And this was the problem last season with Alexis, not wanting to, you know, change her lifestyle for this marriage, which also let us know out the gate Alexis wasn't feeling Justin. She had already swiped left or something on him on a dating app. This is last season.
Oh,
And
really?
yes, this is last season. And then they end up, she meet him at the altar, and then that comes up. There was another
Hold
season.
on. So she knew him before, technically?
She didn't know him,
But
but
she had,
she knew him because of the act.
yeah. Wow.
So she's going into it like shit. Like there must be something.
Because I swiped right on him on
And
the app.
then here we are, we're matched. There was another season, this girl Bao, and there was a guy, Johnny, they paired her with. She's like laughing, walking out. They had been on a date before.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's funny how those things happen. So you're like, huh, maybe the stars align. Maybe we're mature enough to do this and figure out what
Not
happened.
Dominique.
Not Dominique.
And not
And
you.
not,
Dominique.
I will say that I've had an experience where the first time the situation at hand, the timing and stuff, like we met at the wrong time, like absolutely. And then when the time came for us to date, I felt like it was the cosmos making it work, and it could have
Mm.
just been the cosmos telling me, that's not your person, and
Yeah.
that's what happened, and that's okay. It's totally okay. But Dominique is going to be a problem for him, and it's not going to work out. And should it work out, because there will be some couples that will stay, but by the time we get the reunion, they will be broken up.
I mean, I'm just feel. I mean, Ken, just have fun. Just have fun with this little chick for as long as you can.
Yeah.
She probably a little freak too, so you know what I'm saying. Get yours cracked off. You know what I'm saying, and just know what it is. Just know what it is. This not your real wife, McKinley.
It's
I mean,
not.
it's not,
It's
man.
not your person,
Just
and
have fun, man. Just have fun. Like as
and I
soon as she would come around, I'd be like, if I saw her, I'd be like, oh, we just gonna have fun with this shit. All right.
Yeah, unfortunately, I just really feel I feel what I'm picking up on that it's not a match. It's not a match. It should be, but it's not. So, we are going to move on to Gina and Clint.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
I love them a lot. We have a Taurus and a Virgo. So that's super that
Mhm.
could probably work. We have like when you see when you see them together, like even when they were talking about them in like the pre-show stuff, this was the only couple that I really picked up on an energy from. This sounds like so like um oh, you tarot reading and all this stuff.
Esoteric, like very esoteric.
Yeah, it really is. And so I just feel like okay, we have like two earth signs. They're more grounded people. The issue is with you know how I feel about Virgos. So what's funny about it is just like he is going to be a perfectionist.
Oh, for sure.
So we where the Taurus, you know, she's gonna be a little stubborn, a little bit, but ultimately she will cave in. And but there's just something about them that I feel like it works. I feel both of them are super hardworking. Not that the other couples are not, but they have a lot, you know, kind of going for themselves. And then for them to live in the same building,
That's
come
a
on, that's fate.
yeah.
And she also said, I always felt like maybe I'll meet my person in this building. And lo and behold,
He's
here
in the
he is.
building.
I love that they're both kind of adventurous and, you know, outgoing and just really about it. It's just, I really believe that they will work. I hope they work because this is the only couple that I'm really rooting for.
I agree. I don't think
It's
it's none
just
of.
something,
I'm
it's
looking through stuff here
something
now and kind of.
there. It's
I don't think
something,
there's.
yeah. It's I don't know. I really think that you know that she's
Only
spontaneous.
thing that worried me was that scene they show for the next episode where he was like, well, "You married now" or something, and he was like, one of his boys trying to talk to him or something, and she was like, "You married now, like you can't do that" or something like that. And like a part of me wanted to be like, "Bitch, I just met you. Like this is my boy. I known him for like 30 years."
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So it's going to be an adjustment that
Yeah.
people. That's why I also say the experts have to come back more
Do
often.
you think it was less because we was in COVID before? Or they always never visited
It's
people?
always from what I've seen when I went back prior, they wasn't seeing them like that. And
Okay.
so I think they're just kind of allowing them. And what I also, if there's a producer watching, um, we don't need all of this background stuff when they go on dress shopping and suit shopping. Give us the drama. We don't care. I don't. And so we also know like they've taken a risk. We got it. Y'all be
Yeah,
dragging.
they under talk about random stuff. Well, you know, I used to have a club foot when I was a kid.
Yeah,
You're like,
just
what's that got to do with this? Like,
and so I really believe that you know, because when you see the reunion, it's like, oh well, this is a never before seen clip, or well, that should have been in the show. I'm like, but y'all put in filler stuff. They have filler episodes. No, bring me the drama because we know these people are about to divorce in like 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, bring it, but also show up for them because I feel like there are some couples that probably have broken up that probably really could have worked out had they had the guidance. Uh,
mm,
but they don't intervene enough. And so I feel like there's things that should happen like okay, we're meeting with you today, sit solo, we're gonna meet you solo, let's come back together as a couple. You said this because sometimes people get afraid to say speak up and say certain things in front of their couple. So I just their partners. So I really believe that the
some of
ex
them they can't save though. Like that one asshole dude from the Atlanta one, they couldn't save him. He's
it
he's
was
got.
no way he should have even been casted. But I mean it's also
He
entertainment
was
because
messing with his other chick while he was with his wife. Like he.
I don't understand. But see, this speaks to how some men are just so. immature, and then I have to remind myself, men will have sex with the couch. So you will
But
sleep.
he was acting like basically, but he was feeling like him being with old girl was like that.
Well, but also he
And she
also
was a
kind of,
beautiful woman. She was a beautiful girl, though.
she was slow because I would not
Oh,
have the
no,
moment.
I'm not talking about her intelligence. I'm talking about she was I mean, he was saying that like, oh, I best with badder chicks than you. You ain't my type. Remember he said that shit?
Yeah, but he also said it to her family. But that's the problem. When that information came back to her, you're never going to find me attractive. Yes, you can learn to love somebody. That's a
It's the
different
same
thing.
situation with Shaq. It's the same situation with Shaq
Yeah,
and Kirk.
it's this. It
He's
really is.
always gonna be thinking that I could get better than this.
Exactly. And so I really believe that should I really hope that Clint and what's her name? Oh,
Jasmine.
wait.
I mean, no,
Gina. I hope they really do work out because the vibe is there, but it could be similar personality traits at a moment where it'll come to a head. Um, but hopefully they can like work through it. And I like that they're like more mature. He's like 40, she's
mhm.
35.
Yeah,
Um,
that's good to go.
yeah, it's perfect. It's really perfect. So I'm wishing them like the best of luck. Everybody else shaky this situation.
Now, I don't know where the hell this is going though. I don't know.
I
It
don't
can
know.
go either way though.
It could go either way. We have Jasmine, who is going to be, a little more
She gonna
emotional.
be in his ass though too. She gonna be that type of chick that be, where you going? Shit,
Well,
that's what's gonna get on his nerves because he like to hit the streets.
yes. So, like you said, he lived in LA for what? How many years?
15 years. He just moved back to Nashville.
So, concern is how the cousin is, calling him out.
Like, look,
You don't gotta.
I know you a hot boy.
You're not ready for this. You've never had a girlfriend for a long period of time. You've never lived with the woman. You don't know. You just, like you kind of just do your own thing. Other thing that was really alarming and concerning to me is in this conversation. Again, this is how they edited the scene. His mother never said anything, but it was written all over her face. It really was. She did not have to say a word.
Mm-mm.
That's a song
No,
reference for the new people that are here. It really is.
the rude boys.
And so I believe that my concern is, first of all, Homeboy had on a Mercedes Benz
I
logo.
would no, I didn't. I see. I disagree with you with that one. I would rock a Mercedes Benz shake. And I've been actively looking for one since I've seen him with one. I want mine a little bit bigger though.
It is not 2005. Are you going to see if it spins? Like,
No, 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 no. I don't need like the G unit piece or nothing. I'm talking about I just need the just straight up old Benz chain looking like I'm in '85 sitting on top of a Benz.
no thanks. So that's a red flag to me. Grow up. But I kind of feel his cousin on what she's saying, but it's also kind of bad because it's like she has no hope in him.
Well, I
Based
got
on
another.
his,
I got a conspiracy theory here now.
okay, what do you feel?
That's not his cousin. He used to mess with her.
Hmm, that's
I got that vibe though, like where it's like, how we black, it's my cousin for the
mhm.
show, but I feel like he used to mess with her. I don't. I could
Or
be totally
she
wrong.
or she really liked him. Like that's a really
Right.
good.
I don't think they're blood cousins. Is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
I could be
That'd be
totally
interesting to
wrong.
find out.
Like I don't think we may not never find it out on this, but that's just the vibe I kind of got because the way she was kind of like interacting with him wasn't like I don't interact with my cousins like that are girl. Like it's a little bit. I don't know. The vibe was more. I wouldn't interact with you like that. It felt like it was way more like we got some kind of chemistry.
Maybe
Like
they was cousins that was hunching.
I mean, I
As
don't.
I,
I'm
as
not.
I talk to people, that's a more common thing, and I was just like, weird.
I ain't like I don't. I mean, I wasn't trying to say all that now.
Like that's weird to
I'm
me.
just saying maybe their mamas were both friends, but they weren't blood
That could
cousins.
have been that very well could have been the case. So she really always had feelings for him. But I think that would be crazy. See, you went into your Aquarius bag. I really hope that is his cousin.
Now it's got you down then, right?
Now it really has me over here tripping. I really hope that that is his cousin. I really hate you. Why did you do that?
Nah, I got you. Because as soon as I saw, I was like, who is this? Because I didn't even. I looked up. I was reading something, like trying to read something at the same time, and I heard him talking, so I looked up, and I was like, who is this girl? The first thing is, it took me a while to see the cousin part. I was like, oh, another girl that came and tried to bust it up. And they said cousin. I was like, that ain't your cousin.
Damn, now I'm gonna have to go back and rewind and watch. But it's also, but like I said, like it's so weird because the mom doesn't say anything. And then even in the clip where they end it, it's her talking to him again. And maybe she's trying to come across, clearly the producers could be saying something like, oh, say this, they kind of coach them a little bit because it's
Mm-hmm.
still reality TV. So what's
Mm-hmm.
real, what's fake? But it's strange that why isn't his mama talking to him? Like, is this
Well,
is your mama a stand-in? Because I feel like that scene where he's about to walk down the altar, like to, I mean, go in. I really believe that there should be a conversation between him and his mama, and that's really telling
I
to me.
got another conspiracy theory, or not an observation, not a conspiracy
Okay,
theory. Remember, he said his dad died, got shot at 13, right? And he
yeah,
really
he was
looked up
11.
to
He
his
said he
dad.
was 11.
11,
Yeah,
yeah. But he really looked up to him. He might not even really like his mama like that. And they might have contention from him missing his dad and like probably throwing it up in her face like me and my daddy was here. That kind of like
yeah,
some people have. And he may not be feeling her like that necessarily. I would say, or their relationship may not be as close as you would think it
right.
would be. Is
Okay.
what, because that's the vibe I got. Because he was saying like his dad died at 11. He acted like he's super reverent to his dad. Like that was he talking like your dad gonna be watching over you. He ain't mentioned his mama, no nothing. I ain't saying you have to, but it didn't
Right.
feel like he was connected to his mother like that.
Okay, that could very well be true,
And
and
that
we
could be
will
it. What
see,
I'm saying for that.
and we will see as the season goes on because that will definitely come out because that was one of the seasons, not the past season, but the season before that. There was a girl, Jasmina, and she was married to this guy, Michael, and they both kind of had issues. Like I think Michael's mom had died. And but he was like, I feel like older when that happened. But then the girl Jasmina, like her mom like pretty much just ghosted her. She lived with her dad and then her stepmom. Like her stepmom was the one that was there. She had a teacher that she really connected with as well. She was also a teacher. So that very well we'll see as the season goes on because it could I feel like it's that. And maybe he feels closer to the cousin than the mom, and they just have that like brother sister relationship that you're picking up on. Like
Yeah,
I know some people who I'm like, I know y'all biological siblings, like full siblings, but y'all look weird to me.
yeah. I see what you're saying. That
So
could be that. It could be that too. It's something about that father being dead early too. Like I think that may be something with his mom. I
yeah,
mean, maybe he could be. Maybe she sent him to go get some ice cream and he got killed and he blamed his mama. I don't know.
yeah. Because that's funny because I dated a guy years ago, and the dad got killed going to pick up a relative or something late at night after meals, and so he had gotten on the highway the wrong way. And so the apparently I'm thinking the stepmom was supposed to go or something, and they're much older. Like these are older people, like so seeing vision, all that stuff. So he was like, he felt like the stepmother was aware of that and still sent him, and knowing how dark it is, and so he ends up dead. So he has all this anger and
Oh, so
rancor toward the
he sent her
stepmother
like
because
he
of
did it
that.
on purpose almost.
Yeah, that's how he feels.
Damn. Oh
So I
wow.
was like, I your feelings are valid, but there are also things out
Yeah, but you
there.
can't do that. I mean, you can't put that. I mean, I wouldn't. I would give somebody more benefit of the doubt that they don't like purposely wanted you to go kill yourself, like in a car.
Yeah, it's just yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how Aries plays out because we have, like I feel like you have, you know, Jasmine that is, like she's like outgoing personality. She does pageant, she does cheerleading, and all these different things, competitions. So she's kind of like more so out of her, shell. She's been taken advantage of, a lot based on what her family is saying. So I really believe that it's going to be interesting to see.
She like thug dudes though. I feel like before, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and so he a little, rough around the
But he's like
edges.
he's educated though. I think.
Yeah, but oh no, when I mean rough, it's like, like he yes, he's educated, but he still has that hood aspect.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's what she like. That's what she want.
yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. Those men
That's what most
are
girls
very
want.
attractive. Like, what do you mean? Yes.
The Brooks brothers ain't getting no love.
Look, I mean, hey, Shaquille. I don't know. Maybe they should have swapped the two. Maybe
Oh
Shaquille should have
no,
been with.
both of them girls. Jasmine will run over him too, though.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Like
Absolutely, but sometimes I think about that. Like, I've seen some seasons where I feel like, oh, they should have paired her with him, and because they shortchanged, like, so they missed out on the full experience because they have somebody that is like, it just doesn't work. But the other thing is that I feel like going into this experience, you really have to be open minded, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who they're going to pair you with. You don't.
oh man, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it.
I know. I looked at the well, I looked at the application, and I'm like,
Was it long?
would I actually go?
Was it a long application?
I mean, it's no longer than anything else that you probably like when you apply for reality TV stuff, but then they
Okay.
really get in your business. But I really, that's why. Okay, so there's another season where there's a guy, I can't think of his name. Oh, Steve didn't have a job. Steve probably had a job when he applied, or he was able to show enough financial stability where they allowed him, because they ask you about all of that stuff on the application. So that's what I really feel like that's how he got casted. But then him not wanting to consistently work, it wasn't like, oh, I don't ever want to work for a corporation. I felt like it was one of those things where he works, he stacks his money, he goes travel, he does all this stuff, and then because he did a lot of contract work and he was in engineering, so he was making, solid money.
Hmm.
His partner always made it seem like he doesn't have money like that, but who knows? She didn't really want to work.
Oh, so
So,
she want to be a stay at home anyway.
like, I feel like she really was like, if I'm getting up going to work, you got to be doing something. Like old traditional views of how marriage is supposed to look like, outdated, right? But I don't know. Like, I just really am nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about Eris and Jasmine, just mainly because of his like playboy ways.
Yeah, he gonna fuck
And
it up.
yeah, like, but it's funny because when you look at them, they kind of look alike. Then my sister pointed this out to me. She's like, they kind of favor in a way. Like, I don't know. And I was like, yeah, I can see that.
But
So
she's a
I
cute
don't.
girl though. He ain't tripping.
Yeah, no, they're not a bad looking couple at all. But I just wonder how that will come into play. Is it going to be a situation where it's Chris and he just had sex? Because they were all talking about at the table how recent they had
It's like a
sex
week before or something, right?
a
He
week or
broke up.
something
He
before.
just
So
broke up with a girl.
I feel like it should be a period of time where people should remain single and abstinent before going into the situation. Because people gonna be blowing your phone up. Like, I could see this potentially already being a problem. Please, Eris. Also, I hate how your mama spelled your name. I hope. Please don't be a Chris. Please don't be a Chris. We've
Who's a
had
Chris?
the one from Atlanta.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's an
Please
asshole.
don't. Please don't do this girl like this.
I need to go back. I need to. Somebody needs to make a list of the worst people ever on Love at First Sight, before I can like go through and like watch them specifically, like before I could just check them out.
Well,
It's supposed to be a girl that's supposed to be crazy. One season I was tripping, right?
Mirla.
Is it a light skinned black chick? I seen like I would see like the YouTube. I mean the Instagram.
Oh no, I don't know about, but I know Mirla. Mirla was very, very like no, no, I don't like this. This is like why this look like this? Why they make us stay here on the honeymoon? I would never stay here. Where's the four seasons? Da, 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 da. Like she was that type of person. Like I got Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all this stuff, and so I can't.
They got it. Oh, they got one of the 12 worst couples. Nadia and Anthony, that's the one from last year, right?
I don't know what season they're from, but that wasn't that.
Oh no, this is the Australian version.
Okay. Oh, so I hear now. I do want to get into the Australian version because they do say that they do a thing where they do swap couples, like they
Yeah,
swap
well,
partners.
they got same sex couples in the one in Australia.
Like I honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised that hasn't happened this like on this show, but you know, Americans they don't be open minded.
No,
Um,
I mean I was interested. I'm like, wow, this is interesting.
and so we have our. Did we do our?
Oh, there was another jet. We didn't do that. That was all of them.
We went through all of them.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. Like I am just like it's so funny because I'm just thinking I just
Damn.
they
So that first black couple ranked number 4 in the worst matches. That very first black couple.
it was a lot of arguing because I did go back and watch it. I didn't finish that season, but I did go back and watch it, and so it was very chaotic. It was a lot of arguing. I do remember that. I'm like, damn.
Damn. So now
So
I'm going to go through some because it was a light skinned girl. I thought, man, that was like I saw like the clips making the rounds on like IG and like she was tripping.
yeah,
She had
I'm
light skin like curly hair. I think, man. If I
well, there was a girl that well, that was New Orleans, but I don't. That couple is still together. Two of the couples on New Orleans, I know for a fact, is still together. There was the black couples, but because they were also the guys were cousins in real life. So I know that this one girl, Karen from New Orleans, she was very kind of like closed minded, and it was people in the comments, you know, or people that knew her that was like, "Yep, it's not far fetched. This is how she acts," and
oh damn.
even some that's already happened in the comments this season regarding Kristen.
Oh, shout out to Hippie Goes. We live, pimp.
Oh yeah, we live. Oh, I didn't know that. That's my homegirl. Shout out to Hippie Gold. Crazy. I didn't know. I didn't even see that we had comments. Um, this is live. We're streaming this live, so we have just wrapped up episode 1 and 2, and I don't know. Maybe Darryl will come back and we can do this
Yeah,
again.
man. You know, I'll come back, man. Especially if I'll come back until Dominique leaves her man, which should probably be like episode 5. I'm thinking.
I don't know. Okay, so I think so. We've had for the past 2 seasons. I believe that there have been last season. Did we get a couple that ended it early? Before decision day.
Chris
I
did,
know that
right? Then Chris and that one girl did, but that wasn't that was 2 seasons
no,
ago.
they
Right?
no, they stayed together. They just tussled the entire time.
And he
But
kept
then they
messing with his girl. He kept
trying to
messing with his ex-girlfriend too, right? Back
yes,
then.
and so because you remember the girlfriend comes up pregnant, but I'm trying to think if last season, yes, so last season we had a couple make a decision before decision day, and the season before that, we did too. So hopefully all the couples kind of stay together because now it's like, okay, that's cliche, that's becoming a thing now. So at
Like, oh,
least
we gonna get
try.
up out of here in 10 days.
Yeah, so you know, like hopefully that these couples will stay together. That would be my goal. That would be my hope because that's a cop out. Like we are here, where you need to try, and I feel like the past 2 seasons, those people that ended
Or
it,
was just I was trying to get on TV real quick.
Yeah, well, the girl was just being so nasty to the dude
Was that
because
the is that was that a light skinned black girl?
this is a white couple.
Man,
I believe that guy's name was Chris, but
well,
he had messed up teeth, and that was one of the things that she didn't want in a partner. He could have got braces, but you didn't even try. She was in that room right after that wedding after and was talking to the producer. I don't want to sleep with him. He seems like this. He seems like that. His friends are saying this. I don't want to. It was a whole ordeal. It was a whole ordeal.
wow.
She was a mess. She was
Yeah.
a mess.
I'm gonna have to go back. It's somebody I can't remember who it was, man.
Well, we have some research. So by the time it
Yeah,
comes
I'm gonna
back
find
next
out
week,
because I kept seeing this clip pop around Instagram like last year or a year or two ago or something like that with her
yeah,
on.
we can circle back and we'll figure it out. Through we got a couple days, we got a week or so to figure it out, and we will come back and give you guys an update. But I thank you guys so much for
Yeah,
tuning in to this first recap. And we have so much so much more for you guys. We also have an amazing podcast together called Everyone Needs an Aquarius. That is drops was bi-monthly.
not bi-weekly.
No, it's not bi-weekly because oh, you're right. Because at some point,
It'll be another one next week.
I'm sleepy. Okay, this damn dog has me up. She keep itching. I feel bad for her. I have to now. I'm gonna try to change her food. It's a whole process. Okay, I'm tired. Be sure
Oh,
you
good.
also subscribe to Whiskey Sour and subscribe to the page. Like
Mhm.
we both have. Daryl has an amazing network of podcasts, and I have my own thing going over here. And also, I have an amazing candle line called St. Angela's. Use code Aquarius because
that's,
to
that's the
get
promo.
20% off your first purchase of $50 or more. They're handcrafted in my kitchen and they're made with a lot of love. And so, yeah, support your girl. I'll be sure to put all the information in the description to our other show and my other shows. So, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in
Yes,
and get
yes.
your life.
Shout
Married at
out
First
to
Sight.
Kristen. Hit up your boy when you leave Shack. Slide up 35. I mean, 57. I mean, and just come on, holla.